Alright.
We're recording?
Dude.
Yes, we're recording.
Hey,
hey everybody, welcome to episode 42 of What Are You Drinking Now? Here at the office. We're in the secret underground coronavirus-free bunker about 30 feet below the shop. Don't tell Josh though, because he wanted to put a beer tap room in there, so we're not letting him know where he's at. He was blindfolded and drugged before he was brought in here. So I want to welcome, in case you haven't noticed, we have a new, prettier version of the three of us. This is our Maven of Beer Kristina.
Hello, everybody.
She's one of the assistant managers here at the office. And then, of course, Josh and Nick are way back there.
Yeah, we're back here. You can hear us if I talk loud enough.
Yes. So,
Rob, why don't you, what are we drinking now?
well, I want to say first to welcome Kristina. I know all three of us, since the event was canceled last Wednesday, we've been wanting to pump you full of information or from information for the your charity that you're leading.
Yeah.
Well, how about tell us a little about it?
So I am part of a local community group that anybody is more than welcome to come join. It's called Hops for Humankind. We get together weekly and drink fun craft beer, learn about stuff, and donate to a different charity every month. So this month we were donating to the Travis Modeling Classic. It's a yearly, like an annual golf tournament that we do every year. We raise money throughout the year for a kid in Brunswick County that needs some financial support, whether it be medically based. Most of the time it is a medical based issue, whether the child is sick and or a parent is sick and can't provide for the kid. So it's a cool benefit that we do every year, and Hops for Humankind is actually, benefiting them. We have our golf tournament coming up in April. As of right now, we do not plan on canceling it.
It's an outside event.
It's an outside event. It's right here in Boiling Springs. Yeah. It's April 4th. As of right now, you can still sign up for teams. All the money goes straight to the Travis Modeling Classic, which is a true 501c nonprofit organization. So
cool.
We were going to be here at the office hanging out Wednesday, making money and drinking beer, but unfortunately due to the corona, we had to cancel, but we're still accepting money and stuff. So the Rona got us. So
we're going to keep the same basic platform tonight. We got Josh and Nick both have beer to try. Christina's picked one also. And then we have a bottle of wine that we're going to share and talk about. So why don't we just get on into it. Nick, you seem to know what all the beers are, so what do you think is the best place to start?
Well, we had a really nice introduction from...
I'm drinking the German lager from Maven which is my palate cleanse, by the way.
Hazy pineapple from Ace, because you guys know I love cider so much.
Yeah, Josh loves cider so much, he might be double dosing us on a past episode here. You gotta double check with everyone.
He might. I thought we did that one too before.
Let me ask the host.
I thought we did that one
familiar.
The lemonade?
Oh, do I need to
Well,
go?
you need to go back and get another.
All right.
Pick a different one. I have my palate cleanser is the Star Jungle. It's Modern Times.
We also have a really big cooler here in the underground bunker.
I'm also going with the lager Pilsner.
You can't see it at all.
Dry hop style. That's all right. They're used to me doing this kind of thing. Guys, this Red Air, it's the CDL. It's a Citra dry hop lager. Brewed right around the area here in Brunswick County. In Charlotte, baby, Charlotte. Yeah, Gene Charlotte.
So, did we decide what we're drinking first?
We haven't done that one yet.
The Necromanga kind. Sounds good to me.
All right, so anybody have a bottle opener?
I do.
Nice.
Right
It's like it's your turn.
They came to the underground bunker without a bottle opener? What?
I always have at least two bottle openers.
Nick.
And Nick's like our voice guy. He's always
Oh,
prepared.
Christina, I just wanted to ask, if anybody wanted to donate to the Travis Modeling Classic or to the Hops for Humanity, again, what's the website where they can go or how they can donate?
So they both are Facebook affiliated. You can just search Hops for Humankind. You contact Rose Hunt. She is the leader of our...
I get that mixed up too a lot. I always want to say humanity.
Humankind. I mean, it's the same sort of goal, but Rose Hunt is the leader of that group. Or if you want to donate directly to the Travis Modeling Classic, you can contact Chad Modlin on Instagram as well as or Olivia Hood on Facebook, and you can just search Travis Modeling Classic, and all those things should pop up.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So,
just wanted to get the word out. Thanks.
Yeah.
So a
So
little bit over there. If you
we got
trickle that one down. Trickle down economics. They work every time.
he was right. That was a.
Literally.
There's like 2 dribbles.
We did
So-
get 4 glasses. This is an all-star best.
So Josh, tell us what we're drinking.
Alright, so this is the Necro Mango Con, and did I spill a little bit of it on my phone? Absolutely.
Excellent. It wouldn't be a good event if you did.
This is a mead, so honey wine technically is how you would call it, made with mango and black peppercorn. It
Yes.
says black pepper, but it's ground up black peppercorn.
Served in the 500 milliliter bottle, and it is. We got an ABV on it. 6.6. 6 ABV.
I was about to say 6.7, but 6.6, yeah. that
Meat
sounds
is
right.
gluten free. Just FYI. And what price point do we have on this now? I think it went up to.
I think it's like 10.
Yeah.
10 above. I mean,
They
it's
went
a little
up this past year,
pricier,
so
Is that a 500?
it is 500.
Yeah.
But it's a really tasty $10 bottle.
and
Do
nothing
you
can
guys
beat
get the
extra
spice, like a vanilla bean spice on the nose? or-
No, I get actually the spot, like the pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
See,
can
Oh, there's
smell
a,
the
there
black
is a
pepper.
pepper, black pepper. Okay.
And the
mango
mango's
comes
coming out of
through,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the honey comes through too, just a little bit though.
Yeah,
It almost mixes with the mango to give it a little almost minty.
All 3 have a blend, for sure, yeah. And it gets right back to your basic honeysuckle blossom, which is a familiar aroma of wine.
This is one of my favorite offerings from Bee Nectar. We haven't done it before, but I'm a huge fan of this meadery, cidery.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so
there's
this,
some
this is my
phenomenal.
second favorite of theirs. The Blood Fang is the.
The Blood Fang is by far my favorite, but this one right here,
So
I mean,
these
like,
guys-
the cleanness and the
This is
crispness.
nice.
Every
It's
single
sweet, but
flavor.
it's not like sugary. It doesn't leave that weird film.
Yep.
Like it's just
Exactly.
like
It's not cloyingly sweet. It
Mhm.
doesn't.
It's
coat your
crisp
tongue
with
with
it.
it.
It's like
Yeah.
everything about this is just a crisp.
it is
beverage.
yummy.
Um,
It's a mild. I mean, mango to me has a mild flavor all the way around. Anyway, it's a unique flavor, but it's mild.
It's
And this-
buttery.
I think the mildness
Right,
is
you know?
very friendly. White wine fans would be like taking a trip out. The beer fans, the
Mhm.
beer fans who are afraid to drink too much fruit. This is just gonna be really mellow, really mild. A dose of fruit, some sweetness, but not cloyingly sweet.
And if you drink 10 of them, I could see myself, if I drank 10 of them, I could see myself going shirtless. Like,
Hey,
with a
if you
badass.
drank 10 of them, I'd appreciate it. That's $100 that we could use for the
So,
for the
again,
shop
the
while we're
meter is
I-
called Nectar.
coronavirus out.
Mm.
It's bee nectar.
Bee nectar.
And this is called Necro. Okay.
Yeah,
Nectar
Necro
Mango.
Mango Con.
Another reason why I love this, I'm a huge H.P. Lovecraft fan, so shout out to all the Cthulhu fans out there. Yeah, it's a direct reference to H.P.
And
Lovecraft.
it's
the Necroman-
Nektar.
the Necronomicons.
Oh, gotcha. Cool. Way to go. Way to go. So yeah, for me, the flavor, there's just like Christina was saying, sweet, like Josh was saying, crisp. I like it.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, it goes down almost too sweet.
And I think the pepper just gives it just a little bit of spice on the end to bring it back away from that cloyingly sweet.
And I didn't get the pepper until the second sip.
On the
The
nose, but
first
yeah.
sip, I didn't get much of anything but the mild sweet and the fruit, but then that second sip, I kind of got the pepper right on the finish.
I dig that. I definitely follow that note there.
Yeah,
It was yummy.
I don't want to drink
Give
it
it
too
Josh.
fast.
What's our cue?
Yeah,
Oh, you guys finished. They
Yeah.
look it's right there.
Yeah. We're giving you the cue, buddy.
Ooh.
We don't play around at the short table.
Sorry, we
We
have
all
the back
take
table
turns.
over. By the way,
I don't know what
guys,
they're doing.
we're doing our best here. What are you drinking now to practice our social distancing? So if it seems like we're a little bit different perspective tonight, we are exactly arms reach apart from each other.
So what I've decided is that those two are socially more distanced than her and I. We are closer in social status.
That's cool.
Social status.
So when we survive the apocalypse,
Well, Nick explained the social distancing origin to me a couple weeks back, and we got a good laugh out of it. But
It's funny
taken
how
on-
much deeper that laughter has become.
it's taken on a different, slightly different meaning.
Yeah,
these days.
I'll spare our watchers. We covered this once already. However, I do see that our next beer Why don't we go with the session?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go to me.
All right.
So Kristina,
Ooh,
just didn't quite get the whole memo on what we do here. She went and picked a session, which means a low ABV beer.
they'll be fine.
You don't have to look at the computer. It took me a few
I
times
looked
too.
there.
What are you
I was
drinking?
looking at the camera.
Rod's still figuring out with the
They'll be
camera.
fine.
Kristina, if you hit him, I'll give you $1.
45 minutes all about Rob. But,
Well, anyways, guys, we're gonna go on to what I picked. This is Wrightsville Beach Brewery. This is the Signal Fire Session IPA. And like he mentioned, yes, Session is low ABV, anything below 5. But this has a little fun aspect to it because Signal Fire is a local reggae rock band. You guys want to pour each other? That will be playing hopefully at the pub of Southport after the tournament. So
3.5 out of
We're in Pat's
6.2.
backyard.
3.5 or 6.2.
Hey, Kristina, I heard if the show can't
Yeah,
happen at the pub,
yeah.
that it's actually happening in Patty's backyard.
Don't hold your breath.
There's a couple of
So-
dribbles if you want to.
Another, I get all the dribbles, you guys.
Well, you just have to.
We're
shake
gonna always
it to make
go
sure that it's
Oil
all done.
Springs,
Josh
Lake
doesn't
Meadow.
know the dribble, so
But yeah, Signal Fire is a local little reggae
be
rock
happy to
band that's
everyone
named
gets to
after
see
it.
these dribbles.
Yeah, I'm so lucky. But this is made with I think it's Mosaic and El Dorado.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, I'm almost positive. I'm not looking at you for reassurance.
This is our moderator.
I've been here for literally 10 minutes and I'm already getting.
Yeah, no,
She was here less than 2 before she was
Should
complaining.
have called an even episode.
I've got the outtake to prove it.
But
I like odd numbers and this is an even one.
I know.
I've been
a few-
asking for months to come on.
I know a few women who know beer like this lady right here. So. But yeah, no,
But
that's
yeah,
definitely
this is
Mosaic.
definitely a sessionable, totally slammable, kind of crushable style.
I like the whole like surf party bonfire theme of this beer.
Yeah.
Like, you're cooling off after it hits some
I'm
waves.
gonna say the nose on it's nice.
Tropic notes, am I right? Am I just like
Yeah.
off on it? But tropic notes,
But I
followed
get
with a
citrus
nice,
more on the tongue.
solid bubble.
It is.
Citrus on the tongue, very
It
refreshing.
is super hoppy on the nose. I mean,
Very-
it is like fresh, like danky hopness on
I
the
can do
nose.
I can
So there's this
hop this in.
undercurrent.
Yeah,
if I
it's
haven't
straight
been-
sticky hop.
If
on
I
the
haven't
nose.
been exercising, working out, maybe I haven't even ate a lot, and this is like my hangover beer, this thing comes off like a pine tree
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yes.
They come in
I'm
the
It
little
tastes like
normal
hops.
12-ounce cans. It's right at 5, so it sits at the highest level of a sessionable beer. Fun little Rasta style coloring.
Oh, I thought that was a Machu
Always fun.
Picchu drink.
Machu Picchu. We're just not gonna.
Sorry about that, guys.
My
Sorry about
heart
that.
goes out to the American stuck in Peru.
They got back.
Oh, they did get back?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Well, never mind.
Hey, we actually had
With the help of the
teachers.
Peruvian
Do you
government.
remember Mr. Hutton and
Yeah.
Mr. O'Neill?
Yeah.
They're like stuck somewhere because they were on a cruise. All you SBHS alumni.
Kristina and I technically grew up together. We didn't know each other that well, but we grew up together.
Stop arguing.
Hey, legend.
That's what I'm here for.
I like it.
Legend, if this is your first time joining us, you're gonna have to get used to it. So, yeah, like I said, tropical on the nose, very piney.
A lot
On
of
palate.
fun. I'm not gonna lie. For my homebrewing days, like this smells and tastes like when I open up a hot packet I bought from.
And I got the bottom of the can. There's a little bit of sediment, like little.
But what it's not, is it's not hazy.
It's not a hazy. Thank the Lord above.
Is it short for gulag, or what did I just tell you?
However, I feel like people that would enjoy a hazy beer, this might not be too overwhelming for them. Ones that want that juicier style, this could be that kind of gateway style to get you out of that
So-
juice forward style IPAs.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not outrageously offensive,
I'm
but it
100%
is bitter.
with her on this. Is if
I'm not getting a lot of citrus that you guys are getting. I don't know.
I get like
I'm not-
tangerine
I'm not getting that.
or
much
orange.
citrus.
So, and that's interesting because I think like the last beer, the palates kind of cross that way as well also.
I'm not getting a.
I mean, I'm getting more pine, less
I'm getting a
citrus
lot
than
of-
you guys
You get-
are.
I'm
Kinda
getting
getting a resin-y sort of
grass
vibe?
coming, moss,
Or just
skunky
grassy?
kinda, yeah, skunky kind of
I
flavor.
definitely get like a whole hop, like down to the deciduous leaves, like the whole hop.
To
not
me-
just.
to
I think it's a nice,
literally
well-rounded
tastes like I'm
beer. It's a
sucking on
go-to for me
Yeah.
personally.
I can see this being something to pick up and just sitting outside all day.
This is
By the
this
pool.
is
It's almost
really
beach
good.
time.
Yeah.
This is a great beach beer.
If
It's
they
a
ever
great,
get the
it's a
beach
great
beer.
betweener. I don't
Hey, the
know.
beaches are still open.
If you
it
like
depends where you go.
IPAs,
New Hampshire, really not.
Definitely.
Okay,
I mean,
Louise.
it's
For now.
just it's in that vein. A lot of sessions are really mellow, or they taste extra sweet and malty.
or they taste over
This
the
session
top.
is
hoppy.
really well
Like,
balanced,
sessions-
and I guess that's what we're trying to get at. Is it's lower alcohol, but it's full taste.
Yeah.
Flavor's there.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I'll
like
do that.
session beers have like over the top hoppy with low ABV, so it's
Uh-huh.
like nothing but bitter.
This walks that fine line. I think.
This to me tastes closer to like Founders All Day, where it's just
Okay.
a very well rounded.
Oh, I can see that. I can
Yeah,
compare, yeah, I can
It's
compare that.
super well rounded, really solid session IPA, where you get the hops and you're not getting messed up after 6 of them.
Sure, I can agree with that 100%.
For sure.
So I guess that brings us on to
Oh
what
yeah.
next got tonight.
Neat cloud.
This 4-person format maybe
We're doing 5 minutes apiece.
we're freaking pounding them out.
Christina,
Are
you're
we-
nailing your interview, by the way.
IPA guy shook it up a little bit tonight, guys. I gotta warn you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're going.
I'm very
somewhere
excited about
different.
this, you guys.
Uh,
Very excited.
We'll pour in the back. We'll pass it up. front.
Based on what I had the other night, I'm
With
less
kettle?
yeah, I'm less excited.
I am eager to challenge Rob's skepticism. Let me say that.
I'm hoping that I just had a bad can the other night.
That's
I haven't had any of their stuff, so
Did you
I'm
wash your
very
glass?
excited. Excuse me, sir. I needed that glass.
Sorry.
rinsed.
That's an old joke from this bar that some of us used to work at. Oh, sorry, that glass
See, I give
wasn't
you more-
washed.
I give you more of the dribble.
Now that's a dribble right there.
No, that was a good
So, can you guys talk about the color a
So
little bit?
this is the kettle, the copper. Kettle Beer Works, the Copper Oak. It's an amber ale from them. 5.4 ABV in a
Surprised
6-ounce
in
can.
the banner elk, he doesn't get the copper elk joke.
Little bit of trivia. This used to be Flat Top Brewery,
True
which I used
story.
to do events with them.
Is the Flat Top Brewer still at Kettle?
I don't know. If she is, then I know her. If she's not, then I don't.
So the story we got told by the distributor man was that they inherited some of the old equipment. They didn't use it all, but there's a few pieces and a recipe that they found convenient to use. And rumor has it that those are used in this old copper ale. Because what this guy made was more like a copper Irish lager, an old flat top. Sorry.
Flat.
Oh yeah, but I can tell you right now.
Sorry, my ASU jokes are just
No,
pouring out.
they're full of crap that they said this guy used it because the old brewer at Flat Top was a woman.
Yep.
And
That's
she was
where
awesome.
the story bought in, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
But
I'm
Kettleworks does a panda. They do a crab louis. I had the crab louis out of the canoe today. Mind blowing. The way they're circling the malts around the hops.
Well, all right.
and
well,
that's what I want you guys.
back
to
to this
pay
guy.
attention.
Just want to say, I think I had a bad can the other night.
You took a
Do you-
sip, didn't you?
Yeah.
You've already taken a sip and it's different?
Yeah.
Well, according to the can, it pairs nicely with foods like cheeseburgers and curly fries. I'm always down with
Two of my
curly
favorite
fries.
food
I
groups.
can.
And
I can
hot
tell you.
apple
And
pie.
since she doesn't eat
I love
cheeseburgers, I'll
them.
take cheeseburgers.
I'll
Yeah,
take some
he can have
high
a
apple
cheeseburger
pie
all
Alamo.
Effectively, Leland, you're happy because you have Arby's and McDonald's next to each other, so you can get like a cheeseburger at McDonald's, get
And
your
you
curly
get the
fries
curly
at
fries at
Arby's, and get your
Arby's.
apple
You guys
pie.
get that
at
I need some,
Just
some
right
horsey
now,
sauce.
I'm Leland. I'm just going to Chick-fil-A.
Some horsey sauce.
See this?
Oh, horsey sauce is the best, and Arby's is pretty good.
Do you guys do malt on your chips? Malt
What
vinegar?
about those Jamocha shakes though?
This is my malt vinegar beer, basically. This is what I think about this.
That was my I don't know what I'm tasting face, just to let you guys know.
So this nose,
That's what she says tonight.
honey, and
Ask her husband, it's a different story.
Ooh, Rob's getting in trouble on live TV.
it's honey and syrup and like straight malt sugars on the nose, man.
Yeah, the maltiness.
It smells
impressive.
sweet, but unfortunately, what it smells and what it's going to taste like are always two different things.
That's what I love about a nice copper.
But the palate's not too far off.
No, it follows suit, but it goes in new directions. So
You get that rich maltiness with a little bit of hop to cut it off.
This
and
is
then
where-
Is everybody else getting that like weird carbonation?
oh, it's extra
like all
carbonated.
over
It's
the
for
tongue.
sure.
It's
For
bubbly.
It's bubbly, but
It's
Okay.
birdie bubbly.
Uh-huh. And this is what led Rob and I to think that this was a little bit of a hot batch. Because there's the carbonation and this and that, and the inconsistency. from
That's one of
can
the
to can.
biggest things that I got was all the carbonation on it.
From can to can, yeah. This is going to warrant a third can for
Now,
me.
now that Kristina's got me alerted to that smokiness that's almost down there, a char flavor.
Maybe
it
when I
reminds
read
me of
out.
an ancient local brewery to our county.
Oh Lord, this is a rabbit hole.
Hey, we're going down the rabbit hole. I got something to tell you.
So,
That flavor you're tasting makes me want to ask if they're using a electrically powered brew kettle.
Where they
so
burn
from
something
what
on
I
the bottom.
heard in the
Are
story,
you-
they
are
inherited
you-
some equipment from the old brewer.
Yeah, are you using an electric fire? Are you cleaning the coils every time?
It says kettle brewing.
Because there's
Josh,
a
it
case
reminds me
here.
of
Kettle
something
brewing
else.
makes me think that's open fire.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's like there is. I get the
Easy.
smoking.
The Belch factor.
Could build.
Uh,
It's very carbonated. It's very bubbly.
6.3 is the level to measure against now.
What's the ABV on this?
ABV sits at 5.4.
Okay.
5.2.
5.2 out of 6.3. That's not bad.
And then it's got comes in a pint can.
I
Full 16 ounces.
I like the sip I'm getting, but the aroma keeps giving me that same burnt.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not disappointed, but I was expecting something a little bit different.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I feel. Like,
Nick is in my head.
the only thing
Yeah.
about
He just
this,
keeps agreeing with me.
the only thing about this that I think
That's
they did
scary,
right is the
scary.
fact that there's a little bit of
Scary,
green
scary.
on that copper label.
I would like to
I was
also
thinking it was
say
gonna be
that.
a
So
little
do you guys
maltier.
taste?
Josh, go.
I think it was going to be a
I
little
would like
too.
to also say that at some points in time, I always wonder if the distributors have followed the instructions from brewers upon picking things up from them, whether they stored them properly and stuff like that. So I don't know
Oh,
if we
there's
can.
always that middleman
If
aspect.
if
though.
there is some off stuff we found with this, I think it's important for us to look into.
Who's bringing it to us?
We're point C, they're point A, so
Oh.
I'd really like to inspect point B.
I am really happy that
so-
Josh brought this up. This is exactly why I picked this.
I'm
beer.
based on Point B's previous warehouse. Now they are in a new warehouse. Based on the previous warehouse, I can see that if this had to be refrigerated, it wasn't properly kept.
Based on knowing most people from point B, which point B is point B, I would not be surprised if point B was the reason why we're not getting the exact experience we're supposed to. But I'm not gonna say anything about
Point
that.
B being distributors, you guys. People
Oh,
that.
no, I was never gonna say that.
How else are you gonna say it? They're confused.
Oh, but he gets paid by distributors. So
We've also got a buyer. Beer
we get paid by customers. We
There is
pay
a
the
middleman.
distributors. He gets paid by the distributors. This is two different ends of the joint.
Oh, I don't get paid by these guys. you want to talk about these guys? You can't. Like, nah, they don't pay me. No,
let me correct that. Rob pays distributors.
They're probably
Josh gets paid by them. Christina and I get paid by the customer.
they're probably the only Point B that his company doesn't service.
Oh,
That's actually correct because we asked
named
about.
which is
Maven.
hilarious because they're probably the only point B
We-
that know everyone on a first name basis.
We
on,
asked
too.
about keg products for something like this, and they could not guarantee cleaning.
Yeah, that's a whole
And
story.
with
for
an ale
different
like this-
day.
Well, let's not go down that hole, though.
I'll taste.
That's a different rabbit
This
hole
is
that
how
I
it
won't
tastes.
talk about.
With a taste like this, I would want
To be
this on
honest,
a
it's a
dedicated
mediocre
tap.
taste. It's fine.
I
Don't expect
think
anything special about
I
this
would
beer.
like to try it from point A to see how it compares to from point B.
All right, Kettle Brewing Company. The challenge is on.
Hit us up.
Hit us up.
Come see us.
Show us that this beer is better than we just tasted.
I have a spare room at the house. You're welcome to crash at it. Please come down, hang out.
I tasted this beer several years ago in Banner Elk on a trip, and I happen to know that it's far better than what I just tasted.
Yep.
I guess that brings up my part of the. We're doing some wine.
Okay.
Wow, that's a first.
What did you just do?
I don't know, but I think I made him spew. I just said we're doing some wine. I don't know. Yes.
I don't know if you guys
It's really-
hear that.
It's really hard to contain myself.
What is that? He
Are
sounds
you
like-
okay?
I heard that.
Are you okay?
Yes.
Can you come just give the people a thumbs up?
Cover your cough. Don't give me corona.
Oh my god. There you go, into the elbow.
Also,
Oh,
they always tell you to cough and like sneeze into your elbow, and then
What do you do with it after it hits in your elbow?
exactly, and then they told everybody to start coughing elbows.
what
What
happens
sense
if you
does
have
that make?
So, does that mean that if you have an elbow fetish, you're more likely to catch it?
Maybe. Okay,
Oh.
Nick's currently dying, but we're gonna pour wine.
Yeah, we're gonna do wine.
Deep breath.
Good, bro.
Wine?
Yeah. That's Nick's.
Vino.
Nick would love some wine.
I like wine.
It'll soothe
I
his
like
soul
wine.
after that coffee.
Oh man, that was something else. Sorry about that, guys.
Ooh.
Can we get a mini explanation? Not
Uh,
a Nick explanation, a mini explanation.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
my transition
Damn,
from
I
the
don't-
copper ale
Perfect on this. Oh, I'm a little light on mine.
back to the CDL
Now he's
did
driven
not
into
go as
himself.
I planned. That's all I got.
Just
Really?
It just
went
that was
right
the-
down the wrong hole.
It literally that was not
Hate
what
when
I
that
planned.
happens.
Is it?
I remember Jonathan saying something about that a couple weeks ago.
That's right.
That was hilarious. I'm
Rob,
telling
if
you.
I might just like
That was hilarious.
don't worry about hitting the wrong hole. There's another one right next to it.
That was
The
hilarious.
wise words of my husband.
I don't think I got it quite right.
You didn't
but-
disagree.
All right. We are there. We are. Okay, so we are doing the 13 degrees Celsius Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough, New Zealand. So this is a classic New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. We should be getting a lot of grapefruit to it.
So burpy.
It is a 2018, so it's a young
Just hit my
vintage.
burp up and then it
Yeah. So let's swirl it up and see what we got.
You know what, Rob? I can tell you right now, the hills are alive with the smell of grapefruit.
Yeah, you can smell the grapefruit immediately.
Sorry guys, I've been really hooked on like sound
Thir-
and music for
13
some reason
Celsius?
today. It's
I think.
Hey, is this is our entry level Sauvignon Blanc, right?
Yeah,
The 13 degree.
it is.
I called this Kevin Bacon the other day.
7
Wait.
There's always
I
7
thought it
degrees
was
back
7
then.
degrees.
Oh,
7 degrees of Sauvignon
Damn it.
Blanc.
I probably looked like an idiot.
13 degrees of Kevin Bacon, that's too much Kevin
Well, I
Bacon.
was telling the customer Kier Centric was out picking the grapes.
Damn it.
I didn't laugh at his joke. I laughed at the fact that Kristina just snorted boogers in her.
Because
They call it a
unfortunately
closer.
did laugh at the joke.
If
I told you guys that having a guest would be a
blow
great
a
idea.
booger into your wine, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to pick it out or just like act like
Just
it's
drink
not
it.
there?
It's extra
Are you
protein.
Irish or Russian? Both cases, you drink the booger. It's just a matter of how.
Oh my
I
god.
don't get that one.
It's like an oyster shooter.
I can
So-
give an oyster shooter.
So that just opened up a whole new line. But anyway, back to the wine.
What is it? It's 13 degrees.
All right, so I'm gonna
13 degrees Celsius.
There's no symbol on here for that.
Well,
13 degrees Celsius, what is that, 43.6 Fahrenheit?
Sure.
Wait, is that?
I studied chemistry in college.
it actually
I
doesn't say
know
degrees. It's
that.
just 13 Celsius.
Well, it's still a degree.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. I'm
Rob
not
simplified
100%
things.
positive, but I'm just reading
Come
the
on,
doc.
he helps
Oh,
out.
yeah. I
It's
thought you were
kinda
saying
like-
that just because it's
What is
Celsius.
it, like people that went to
doesn't
ITT
make sense.
Tech, like they still got a degree?
This is I feel like this is the part of the show where we always start
my
out
God.
and lose.
Please get degrees.
So I'm just glad we went so quickly in the beginning because we're starting to slow down.
Drive fast, take chances.
So I have to say, as Samuel Monks go from New Zealand, I'm not getting as much grapefruit as I expected.
On the nose, there's a lot of grapefruit. I'm not tasting it.
Yeah, I will agree with that. There's definitely more on the nose for me.
A lot
It-
more on the nose. On the palate, to me, it's kind of flat.
It's acidic.
It's acidic. There is grapefruit there on the back palate, but until you get there,
It's very flat.
there's a little bit of fruit on the front, but it's not a whole lot.
You know what? It tastes like an overripe grapefruit.
It's
Where
refreshing.
like less grapefruity and more sugar.
I was gonna say it tastes like a grapefruit that's got sugar spread on top of it.
If I got
Right.
stuck,
If you
Eating-
dipped your ruby
if I
red
got
in
stuck
sugar,
eating that damn chicken Kiev at the local freaking Elks one more time, this is exactly the wine that will help me wash it
why
down.
are you eating chicken
Chicken
Kiev
Kiev
at
at
the
from
local
the
Elks?
Like, we're in Brunswick County. Why does the elk... What?
Where are the elks at? Brunswick County?
I think he's
But no,
rehashing
like,
old
why are
memories.
they...
Sorry, I had a little flashback with this wine.
Chicken
Okay.
Kiev?
Chicken
You
Kiev.
guys caught on big time.
That was
No,
Chicago,
we didn't.
dude.
We
No, we don't
actually
do that down
did
here.
catch on.
No, Elks Lodge down here. You got fish fries.
This
about
wine would hit on West Side Chicago, I'm telling you.
Chicago.
Chicago.
Them Polskis would love this.
Oh yeah, along with them like chili dogs and like that pizza that nobody wants to eat because it's too
Yeah,
thick.
slightly spicy, a little too thick. That's what this wine
It's not even pizza. The sauce is on the top.
This is the sauce
Oh,
on
wait.
top of whatever the.
Oh, are you talking about Chicago where you get a free deep dish pizza with your 9mm, right?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I love that city.
You bought that out of Rico's trunk too?
Yeah. I got a pizza and a gun.
It's the only place I've ever seen so many automatic weapons in a city surrounded by a 5-county automatic weapon ban.
It makes me wonder why the rapper named Tech Nine's from Kansas City and not from Chicago.
Dude, you know, you had to bring up Chicago
Off the
rappers.
reservation.
You had to bring up Chicago rappers.
Yeah,
It stays
there's
put
not a lot
on
of
the
good
palate.
ones.
Like, it doesn't move around a lot. I'm going back to the wine, like what we're actually here for.
We might have to have her around more often. She kind of brings us back.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it stays put. Like, it doesn't bounce all over your
She
palate.
doesn't stay put.
I don't.
We blacked and bashed or we backed
Um,
and blacked?
Lemon
Okay,
juice.
so what you were saying about staying put, it doesn't bounce around the palate. I agree. I get 2 spots on it. A little bit of sugar on the front,
And then
and
the
then the grapefruit on the
grapefruit
back.
on the finish.
The flatness is really just an openness. Like this wine,
Yeah, I mean,
it's not. It's saying a lot without saying too much.
it's flat, not in a bad way, just flat as in like,
It's
There's
not
nothing
overly
unfriendly
complex
about
wine.
this.
yeah.
And
But
sweet
it is
wine
what it
drinkers
is.
who want to learn what we're all doing with this other wine, this would be a great way into it. This is a front door of Sauvignon Blanc, actually.
Yeah, but you've got to ask them up front if they like grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Yeah. If you don't like grapefruit, you will not like this.
I personally like more of the French or Chilean ones
Where they're more mineralistic.
because they don't have as much grapefruit.
Yeah.
These New Zealand and Australian ones tend to really
more
put
so
a
New
lot.
Zealand than Australia, yeah.
Yeah, it
And
has a
South
lot.
African as well.
That gets to
I haven't had a lot of South African ones.
That gets to a discussion we had earlier this year where we were joking about that the Kiwi counties make a citrus wine and the citrus countries make a Kiwi wine. Which is basically to say that
We were joking about that.
if
We
you
had
get a
that
white wine from
Maybe-
get a white
maybe it's
wine
me
from the
sitting
northern hemisphere, you're more likely to get almost like a kiwi taste, a lime taste out of it. And
Remember that
if you
joke
get
you
a
made
white
myself
wine
and
from the
Irene?
southern hemisphere, you're going to get this wide open blood orange grapefruit citrus taste.
So my question is, if it's called grapefruit, when it obviously doesn't taste like grape.
Here we go.
Oh God, you're doing popular media again.
No, I'm not doing popular media. Is it called grapefruit because people drank Sauvignon Blanc and like ate this fruit? Like,
Is
"Ah,
this
this
another
tastes like
joke
wine."
about Chicago rappers?
Josh has been listening to podcasts.
You-
No,
You-
Aziz
you-
Ansari had the whole thing about
You
50
drive
Cent,
on a
like,
parkway and you park on
Yeah,
a
this
driveway.
is another joke
Josh,
about
you-
Chicago.
No,
rappers,
because
isn't
Aziz
it?
Ansari years ago had the joke about like 50 Cent eating a grapefruit. It's like, this is not purple. I ordered grapefruit juice. And that was like a whole thing. But now I'm just saying, like, why is grapefruit called grapefruit? Because grapefruit doesn't taste like grapes.
It has to do there's got to be some sort of like genus aspect where they're close, like that particular fruit is close enough to the genus
I
of the
like the
grape.
idea, but if you get down to the
Wait.
essence of what makes grapefruit different from a lemon, still being in the citrus family, it's grapiness. It overall has a grapiness. to
It doesn't take a genius to know that a grapefruit's halfway between a lemon and an orange.
Mm.
It's bigger than both.
Do you know that there's actually a
I
thing
know.
called a grapefruit spoon?
Yeah, no.
And my
no.
mother had them growing. Like we had them in our household.
Did you
Oh,
have
no,
to
no, I did too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's one
Here's my question.
Yeah, raised
Yeah,
edges on it,
They
or little
basically are a spoon that is serrated.
serrated on the front.
Sugar or no sugar?
No sugar. Well, yes and no.
Josh, sugar or no sugar?
I don't eat grapefruit.
I actually don't eat it either. I used to.
I never did.
Indiana
But for
red
Personal
or
reasons, I don't eat them anymore.
Orlando white?
What do you mean?
Like
More of a red, like a
Yeah.
ruby.
Indian
Okay.
River ruby
So,
red.
I
Do you
take
guys eat grapefruit?
medications that I can't eat grapefruit.
Thank you, Gamer Dad. Yes, that goes along the same lines with
Yeah.
what these fools were talking about.
Ah, Gamer Dad. Mad props for that one.
All right, so for this guy,
I like that guy's military, by the way. That just ended with "and go."
and so this wine for me, it's good entry level. It's not spectacular. It's not huge grapefruit either. Sometimes the New Zealand's can get really big grapefruit, and it almost like puckers you up.
Like
So-
really tart.
Yeah, this is a good entry level, I think. I think Nick said earlier, if we can get some sweet wine drinkers, if they like grapefruit, we can get them on this. We can get them exploring some other
It's the beginning
type
of
of
what?
wines. Yeah.
I
So it
think,
still does have a mild sweetness on the front,
Mhm.
but it definitely finishes
Most
with a lot more of that, a little bit more of that tart
I
grapefruit.
think it would be a stretch to get the sweet wine drinkers on it, but the ones that you eased into it.
It'd be a challenge, I think.
If you had gotten the sweet wine drinkers to drink some Moozles, you know,
We've been talking about that
you
lucid.
know, Rieslings are the true
Oh yeah,
gateway.
Rieslings are definitely the gateway.
But a Moozle
But
is
if you
Moozle
take them
because of
there
Moozle.
to-
We have that
Dude, if you
lucid.
took somebody from the Moozle to this, then they would
Not.
It would still be way too
You have the
intense.
reason
Yeah, I
for a
agree.
Moozle, so
Yeah.
you know.
I just love the Moozle for the slaty, but this, like, the thing is, there is a mineralistic aspect to this.
Yeah,
That I do
absolutely.
appreciate.
It's mild.
Underline.
I
Which
get
is what
clay
minerals should
from
be.
it, like on the palate, like a little bit of that clay soil.
I've
The
got
soil comes through, so I do like
It's
that.
loose. It's like it's clay on top of blue slate. So like there's like clay washing loose. There's a slate underlying. There's floral on top. There's fruit in the middle.
And you
Keeps
get like the detritus in the middle, you know, like the.
I'm not
Really-
picking it up.
Thanks, Gamer. So why don't we wrap back around to rating these guys that we've done tonight? We are coming up on some time.
I thought that was it.
So let's wrap back around. We started with the Bee Nectar.
Yep.
Bee Nectar. So,
Necromangicon.
my vote, 2 out of 2 thumbs. Absolutely, I love this. I love everything this entire establishment
Mine
does.
would be.
Shh, you gotta wait your turn. I know you're the guest host.
I
But
thought I was second.
you gotta wait your turn.
Can you
Blow
give me
your
a
load.
palm?
He hasn't finished.
Can you give me a palm frond so I can like slap her on the head or something?
No,
Sorry,
you
You
gotta-
already told me I had a bald spot back there tonight.
I did not
You
say
get
Evidence he's
No,
not maintaining
no weapons
proper
suspended.
social distancing.
I did not say anything about balls.
Okay.
But no, 2 out of 2 for Bee Nectar, Necromangicon. 2.5, you get an extra 0.5 for the H.P. Lovecraft reference. But quality of the beverage is great. It's clean, it's crisp. You clearly denote what's in it, and it clearly comes out on the palate. It is expertly made and delicious. I would drink this every day of my life if I could afford to drink this every day of my life.
I like the Necromangicon, or whatever the actual
You were
book
going
of the
second.
dead is.
Yeah.
No, Christina should totally go second.
No, I don't want to go in a second anymore.
It's Nick's turn.
We're gonna do the black to the front.
Flag to the front. Okie dokie.
Despite the versing's of the Necromonicon, the Necromangicon is actually straightforward, exactly what it says, and no illusions. This thing is what it says. It's black pepper with some mango over a honeyed cider. This is beautiful. This is a great beverage. Everybody
Neat.
needs to try
Neat.
this. Oh, is that what we call a honeyed cider in America? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that's what they call it around the world.
I think meat is just meat.
So,
What's your rating on it, buddy?
top notch, I'm going to give it a thumbs up in the mead cider world.
All right, I'll accept that meat cider.
I need to know the what is best.
I'm going to say
I need to know true rating system.
Oh,
Okay,
you
so-
get to
for what
design
we
your
like
own
to
rating
do.
system.
So we have kind of two different rating systems here. Josh and I prescribe to the 2 thumb system
Okay.
Nick is
on the quarters.
Okay.
Nick is on the
Quarters only.
no. Well, I mean, you can
Yeah,
go
pretty much.
all the way.
Yeah, you can thumb a nub, thumb a big nub.
If I start pointing my
Nick-
thumb this way,
Nick
that's
is
not good.
strictly the 1 thumb, unless he is absolutely blown away, and then he will venture into the 2 thumbs.
Okay.
Yeah. If I'm blown wide open, you go ahead and throw 2 thumbs in there.
Well,
You can create your own
the
rating.
I would
What kind of
say
cider was it? He's getting
I
out.
don't think Christina caught that. Or she
I didn't hear it. I was in my. I'm thinking. I want to give you guys a true rating, you guys. So it's Necromangicon. I would say what's keeping it from full 2 thumbs is I want a little bit more mango flavor. That's just me personally because mango is literally one of my favorite flavors. So I want it to come out a little bit more when I see something that says mango. So I'm giving it 1 3/4 thumbs.
So thumb and a strong nub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So I'm going to agree but disagree
Okay.
because I agree with you 100% that I would give it 2 thumbs, but I'm looking for a little bit more flavor. But for me, it's not the mango.
You want
You
more?
want more pepper.
No. Any meat I have, I want more honey.
Okay.
So
I can agree to disagree with that.
I did not get as much honey as I wanted to get from this meat. It was there, but it didn't show up as much as I wanted it to. Not saying that was bad. That was a bad meat at all. I think I'm going right there, thumb and 3/4. So yeah, really good outing from Bee Nectar. Like I said, it's my second favorite Bee Nectar.
Just
that
try
they have.
all theirs. It's phenomenal.
All their stuff is really good. Price well worth it. It's not that you're gonna drink it every day, but hey, try it.
We're all stuck inside right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Come
right,
pick some up.
yeah. So the next one we had was Christina. Lead us off.
I agree.
The signal fire.
There may be no apple in there.
I may be a little bit biased towards this just because I absolutely love the band and this is one of my go-to sessionable, just crushable go-to beers. I do full it's 2 thumbs for me. It's well-rounded, it's drinkable, and has a phenomenal flavor complex. So I'm a full 2 on Signal Fire personally.
I'm going to be a little more reserved on that one.
Yeah.
I liked it. I think his flavor profile was not, and I think other than the bee nectar, I think we hit it all the same thing tonight. The flavor profiles were not very complex in anything other than the bee nectar. This was a basic flavor profile. For me, very piney. You guys were saying very citrusy, but you weren't going too far from that. Josh and I didn't go too far from very piney either.
Yeah.
So I think the complexity level is very limited on this one. I think as a sessionable, it's okay. I mean, I can see drinking it all day long. I'm not gonna throw it away. You know, will I buy it for a session for drink all day long? Sure, I can see that happening too. So I'm gonna go with the thumb. How do I get to the quarter? A thumb and a quarter. So it wasn't spectacular, but it's solid.
Can I throw in? It's probably palate oriented.
Yes.
I would not disagree with that.
Yeah.
So my final review on this, I'm gonna go a little bit with Rob. This thing's a total Lou Vega. You can get some of this, you can get some of that. This is the beauty I love about it. I probably like this beer a little more after I'm ripping out of the surf and rolling up by the fire. Somebody hands me one, and I get to set my destination. Do I taste citrus? Do I get skunk? Do I get pine? Honestly, I've opened this beer so many times, I get all 3 of those, but only one of those do I get each time. And your palate will drive the flavor of this beer. That's the nature of the session ale. That's why you have it in the middle of your session. So, whether it's a surf session, an IPA session, a friend session, just a general drinking or tasting session, throw one of these in your pack, you're going to love it. I'm going to, in the end, give it Nick's 10 o'clock thumb. Almost, it's above 9 o'clock. It's getting there. It's really getting there. It's a session. Nick likes his booze, but this thing's really tasty.
Sweet. So, thumbs up.
You just leave it there.
So,
I'm not leaving it there.
That's Josh. We're out.
Dynamic pause. We're done. All right. Great job, guys. I love everyone at Riceville Beach Brewing. Judd's a great guy.
Yep.
Like everything they're doing. This is a great session beer. I think they could have utilized the hops a little more. Rob and I picking up solely on the piney and the fact that every time I smelled the beer, it smelled like every time I opened up like a little vacuum sealed pack from John's old homebrew spot that I grabbed out of the fridge to make beer. I feel like they didn't fully utilize the hops they could have. Now, it tasted great. It was good. I think it could have tasted better. I'm also not a head brewer at a brewery, so take my review with a grain of salt.
That's true. That's a good point.
Could be.
I've had a lot of beer, and I know how to make beer, and I know how to make wine and everything, and it was really good. But to me, will I drink it? Absolutely. Will I buy your beer? Absolutely. Do I think it's as good as it could be? Not at all. But that's just my opinion.
And you gave it the 1.
1 thumbs up. Attitude. Solid beer. I'm still gonna buy it. I'm still gonna drink it. That's not gonna stop me from drinking it. I think it's great, but I think it could be so much better. I'm giving it a 1 thumbs up because of the potential this beer has.
Respect.
Question. Every time you drink it, do you taste something a little different, or you always get the normal pininess out of it?
It's not piney. It tastes more like grass.
Okay,
It's
grassy.
like fresh hops.
Okay.
So I think they didn't. In my opinion, they could have thrown some more bittering hops in there. Maybe.
Okay.
Executed the mosaic, and if they're using mosaic,
Hold
that
on,
is a very versatile hop, and I think they could have executed its use.
It's El Dorado and Cascade.
Oh, well, Cascade, absolutely.
Which is
And that's
funny,
why we're tasting
because
grass
you
cup.
can
I said El
El Dorado
Dorado
earlier,
El
yeah.
Dorado is definitely in there.
Absolutely.
El Dorado would be great if they threw it in a little bit longer.
But I did say maybe Mosaic earlier, but it's Cascade. I'm
No,
bringing
Cascade's in
grapefruit
there.
Which
in
would
now.
punch out that citrus note for us, but Cascade's not simply citrus.
No, El Dorado though has a lot of potential as far as hops go.
I can see
Yeah.
how with an Eldorado Cascade blend we end up thinking a little
And
bit.
maybe if they had dry hopped it a little bit more with El
That's the
Dorado or
reason.
something and get like that really kind of crazy flavor going, I would have really fallen in love with it. The only other issue I've got is 5% is a little high for a session.
Huh.
If you want something a little
Oh,
lower.
If
Okay.
When it comes to session,
Okay.
you want to call it,
You want something like
here,
4.2.
Yeah, 4.2, 4.5 is really where I would go
Yeah.
for a session beer. Like if I want something that I know I can have like 3 of and still drive home,
Yeah.
I want it 4 or 5 at most.
Yep.
That-
Well, everybody come by it and let us know what you think.
That would
It's really
change-
good though. Like this beer is really
Like,
good.
do you get more of
That would
that
change the
grassy, or do you
dynamic
get more of the
of the flavor so
citrusy?
much.
So,
I'm just being
Just
technical
that
butthole.
color.
all right.
No, I get
We
that.
got loose butthole over here.
Moving on to
Oh, the
Nick
Copper Elk.
from Kettle Brewer.
God, I wanted
Beer.
so much to happen with the Copper Elk. You know, the one thing I do taste in the Copper Elk that is true to the label is I taste copper. And I didn't tell you guys about this earlier. I didn't break it out on you like a sledge. Thought about what I was doing. But this thing, it's got a metallic taste. I gotta back off my sentimental views on this. I was hoping for the world's best Irish bread brewed right in the highlands of North Carolina. That's not quite what I found. But what I found was a really cool, hoppy, sweet, caramel-esque type of beer that could just fit in the middle of a little hop session, drag you towards the malts, and let you make up your own mind from there. This beer's really cool. It's brewed from the highlands. The batch we got, we're not totally convinced with this batch. So we want to hear from the brewer and let us know that the taste notes we identified are not wholly the way they intended. However, what we found was a lot of malt, really strong caramel. I got myself kind of going at like a 5 o'clock thumb here, guys. I haven't gone backwards. I mean, everything's been 7s and up, and this one kind of dragged me back.
I can agree with that. I think this. So I'm trying to remember. I mean, yeah, we had the tasting with the rep, the distributor rep. I was pleased with it then, but I seem to remember that you were kind of skeptical on the tasting. But then we got the case in, and you know, because I think I was actually asking you if we should go with a keg of this and then get a case of the other, or do a case of this and a keg of the other. And you convinced me to just go for the case instead of the keg. Which, based on this, I'm kind of wondering if we should have gone to keg just to get more of the brewer's, you know, representation. Because I do think that possibly the case we got could have been, I'm not to say contaminated, but could have been baked, to use a term we use for wine.
Handled the wrong way.
It.
Yeah, incorrect handling.
I mean, I had a can last week, and all I could get was soap from it, and like a really unpleasant smell
Experience
and,
in
and,
general.
and taste.
Yeah.
And then
I've done from about 3 cans, and I've not gotten the same taste.
yeah,
out of it.
so
It's
tonight
in
I did not get that
We
soap,
got
thankfully.
smoky, char.
But the overall profile for this wasn't great for me. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't like nothing really jumped out. I really didn't get the malt that Nick got from it. I thought I was going to get more, and I was looking forward to getting more. I did get a little metallic, like Nick said, and he mentioned a little smokiness before. Maybe briefly. I think I'm going to try another can just to see where that third can lies. But I think right now I'm going to have to give this a half a thumb. just because I think it's got so much more potential. I know the Krabby Louie from them is fantastic, which I was actually very surprised that didn't show up tonight.
I almost.
I really was surprised from Nick. Of the three we got in, I thought that would be the last one Nick would pick for the show.
Well, I drank the crab louie in my canoe and had a fabulous time and caught a fish.
Well, there you go. So, yeah, I'm going to go half thumb on this. I think something went wrong with the case somewhere along the way, and
Brewer Challenge.
yeah, if Kettle Beer Works watches this, which we're going to link them on, if you want to see if there's something different going on, we'd be happy to have you into the shop, have you taste your product, and maybe bring a fresh one with you. All right, so let's go to Kristina on that.
I have to agree with a lot of the things you said, other than the fact that this was my first can. So I'm just gonna go 0.75, like almost a thumb. I wanted a little bit more malts. I could smell them. I couldn't taste them.
That's a big
Again, I got the metalliciness, the smokiness. Only when I kind of took a breath out, I could get some of that weird, like, kind of burnt char sort of flavor out of it. And it made my what I thought was going to happen and what I tasted also is playing. I kind of played it up. I was very excited to taste this beer, and it was a little bit disappointing, to be honest. I want to taste another one.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, I want to do another one just to see if it's going to adjust. If it's going to adjust
Positively.
yeah, exactly. See if I maybe get some of the soapy aspect, or if I get whatever. So, I wasn't too thrilled about that one by any means. That wasn't the favorite for sure. All right, Josh.
All right, so I do remember clearly back in the day when I was doing beer rep stuff at a festival with the Flat Top Brewery before they became Kettle Brew Works, which is what I found out after reminiscing one night and finding out the Flat Top became Kettle Brew Works. I remember clearly some of the beers I tried back in the day, and they were all pretty solid. Really solid, try them at the festival from the keg and everything like that. I don't like this beer. I'm giving it a quarter of a thumb. It is a fraction of what it should be. I'm not saying that's the brewery's fault. With everybody else here, I think what I'm tasting in my mind and my tongue and my palate and everything in my mouth hole, I think it's mostly associated with maybe some issues with transportation, storage, and all that.
He did say mouthful.
He did say mouthful.
Mouthful.
Yes, absolutely. My mouth hole is important. I would really like to see what this should taste like from the tap, from the keg. I really want to see what the brewery wants us to taste like, because I feel like what we're tasting is not representative of the brewery. I've worked with breweries and stuff, and everything I tasted in that glass does not seem like something a brewery would send out.
I think we're all on the same page on
I think
that.
so.
I cannot give that bad of a rating to the brewery. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up officially, because I
We
can't,
freaking love Kettle Works.
I can't give it to the brewery. It's a thumbs up to the brewery. My actual rating's lower, but I would love to see what you guys really meant with that beer.
Yeah. So that brings us to the wine. We have the 13 Celsius Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough, New Zealand, the 2018 vintage. I said it earlier, I think this is a really good entry level wine for a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It's basic, there's not a lot of complexity to it. Sometimes when you have, sound like somebody's trying to break into the bunker. We're getting ready to have to pull out
We go all Cloverfield.
This is zombie apocalypse.
My ninja skills are coming out, you guys.
So, as far as this wine goes, not a lot of complexity to it, which, for those who have not had New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, is not necessarily a bad thing. You want to kind of bring them into it because you can get some New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, and yes, they have huge grapefruit, but they also have all sorts of other little things going on with them alongside with grapefruit. You can have some, honeysuckle. You can have some slate. You can have some, just various different flavors going along. And then, you can get lost in it if that's not what you're expecting. So this is a good entry level wine for that. I think we're looking at a 1.5 on this. Complexity level is very low. However, I mean, sugar on the front, grapefruit on the back, it is what it is. But as far as being the wine that it is, I think it's a 1.5, and we'll go from there. How about you, Nick?
I liked it. Here's why. Price is right. Kristina, what's that price?
$12.
Yeah, that's the cheapest Sauvignon Blanc on our shelf here, and I feel like I could drink that any given freaking day. That's a full bottle of wine for basically twice the price of a mini split.
The punk.
So that's like
how
two
deep is
free
the
glasses of Sauvignon Blanc.
Half of my thumb.
Hey, what's the punk?
So it's a full knuckle punch.
So
Full knuckle punt, you guys.
full knuckle.
But there's no
Glad you got
tartaric
that
acid.
Hold on, pitch him.
It just went around the room this way and finally hit Kristina. Full knuckle
Okay, what
punt.
do you got
Okay.
there?
All right.
I'm gonna give it a full knuckle punt.
Buck there, Nick.
All right, buck trimmed.
What is
Yeah, no, honestly,
is it my turn now?
No, he's still working on it.
The thing's like at 11 o'clock. Alright, it's really good, it's low priced, it's modest, it's entry level, but you're not going to disagree with it. So, get it, drink it, and ask us what else we got. Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah, and we do have some very nice Sauvignon Blancs right now. And if you want to spend $40 a bottle, I can get it for you.
We can find it.
Alright, Josh.
Josh?
Alright, absolutely. Thumb and a half. Just solely because this is a great introductory thumb deep punt. New Zealand.
Cue the music, please. That's where the 30th special was supposed to come on.
Yeah.
Sorry, we blew it.
No, it's a great introductory Sauvignon Blanc. Thumb and a half for the fact that as far as approachability and palatability for somebody who's not used to it, this is great. This is everything you want approaching a Sauvignon Blanc. Especially from New Zealand, that rich, ripe grapefruit flavor. It's really good. I really like it, especially for the price point. $12 a bottle.
Solid.
This is ridiculous.
Can't beat that.
This is great. It's simple, yes. But when you're getting into wine, you don't necessarily want complex.
When you're entry level, yeah.
When are you drinking red wine, trying to get into it, you don't want to go straight into
So-
vintage Chateauneuf at the pop.
It is.
Right off the bat.
You just
'cause,
wanted
you're
to
not gonna
Josh,
like it.
it is a little pigeonholed. So it's not gonna be this great wine. It just is what it is.
It's a great example of what Sauvignon Blancs from New Zealand taste like. Bam, right there. And you get it up front, out there, it's grapefruity.
Shit, it's tasty.
But on the palate, it's basic and it's easy to get into. So I really appreciate the accessibility of it. Why I'm giving it a thumb and a half is the accessibility of the wine. $12 a bottle,
Yeah.
and the flavor profile. This is a great wine for the price. If you want to get into it, absolutely. If you like Sauvignon Blanc, you won't be disappointed.
So, thumb and a half, Kristina?
I'm gonna follow suit with the thumb and a half. It's like I mentioned earlier, it's not a non-offensive wine. So if you really are trying to learn what different regions taste like, this is a wonderful entry-level style New Zealand wine, hands down. But for me personally, I do like a less grapefruity style, a little bit more mineralistic on my personal palate. So, but for what it is, it's perfect. I'm just gonna, I'm beating a dead horse at this point. It's easy drinking, it's phenomenal price point, is exactly what you anticipate. It's a great, well-rounded New Zealand style Sauvignon Blanc.
Decent little summer barbecue wine.
Yeah. Perfect for house parties, going over and hanging out with friends for an afternoon. That's a wine to grab.
Yeah. Okay, so North Carolina, NC like North Carolina. So Stingfinity, sorry you came in right at the end.
Right at the very end.
We really are at the end.
Please sign up.
We've only been on for 45 minutes or so, probably close to 50. Hey, welcome for our European friend there. You're good. Just so you know, we are on Twitch, is what he's catch us live on.
Oh, yeah.
But we do post this on YouTube and our Facebook page. So if you catch us on, no, he said the Netherlands, silly, not Spain.
That was Nick that did that.
I know,
I'm being funny.
So anyway,
no one gets my freaking Spanish.
yeah, see, I agree, Stingfit.
But me speak English, I take.
Oh, he got my joke at least.
So anyway, when you get us on YouTube at the office, what are you drinking now? Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe below.
Before we dip out, let's ask Stingfinity if there's
Hit
anything
that
he's got.
button.
If he's what?
Yeah, Stingfinity gets my jokes. I like this guy.
Okay,
Let's get some brownies,
Let's talk
space cake
Spanish.
together, and
So-
on board,
So
buddy.
that got Nick too excited.
Also follow us on Instagram.
So we're going to
The Office Coffee Wine.
Stingfinity, give us a
Please.
beer that you think we should drink that we can't get here.
He said or Ale.
I know what he
Man,
said.
it's smart.
All right, so now that Nick is thoroughly pleased for the rest of the night, we're going to call it a night. And that was episode 42 of What Are You Drinking Now here at the office. And we shall see you next week.
Happy birthday, America! Oh wait, that's not yet.